Hello, or hello again. Hello if you're new to this channel, watching this video for the first time, and hello again if you saw some of my other videos or you're just rewatching this video. Before I get into this video here today, I just want to quick disclaimer. I'm going to read from the Bible. I'm going to reference from the Bible. And I know that when I do that, some of you guys are just going to automatically click off this channel. And that's okay, because we're going to keep this channel moving forward. So that was the disclaimer. And just a little bit about this channel. I want these videos to be light. I want them to be semi-entertaining. I want to bring some comedic relief to some of these videos. Some of the articles that I talk about are on a more serious tone, more serious matter, so I cannot always bring that entertainment. I cannot always bring that comedic relief, but that's the overall goal of this channel and these videos. So, with that being said, this channel here is article and scripture. And so what I do is I go online, I look for an article, I try to find something that I'm familiar with, so I can have a little bit of context behind the article. I go ahead and jot down some notes, and then I jump over here to the Bible. This is a one-year Bible. You can read it from date to date. And as I'm filming this video here, this is February the 22nd, and after I finish reading from the Bible, I take these two sources of information and I see what can I learn from these two sources of information. I just do a kind of a wrap up. Okay, so let's get right into today's video. This one here, just like a lot of my older videos, People.com, People Magazine, and the title of this article is Don Lemon to undergo, quote, formal training, end of quote, will return to CNN this morning on Wednesday. That was the title of the article. Undergo formal training to do his job as a newscaster. That's quite remarkable. The article goes on to say Don is to return to CNN days after he made headlines for suggesting that Nikki Haley, a Republican who recently announced her candidacy for president, was, quote, past her prime. It could have been a poor choice of words, but for him to leave the network and then come back to the network over this, I mean, this is a bit of overkill here, if you ask me. Continuing with the article, CNN staffers were notified Monday evening that Don will be back on air Wednesday and has, quote, agreed to participate in formal training, according to a memo obtained by People to employees from the network. So, again, Don agreed to participate in formal training. Again, just total overkill. I don't understand why he would need to go formal training to do his job as a newscaster. A lot of these newscasters, a lot of these police officers, they can't even effectively do their job because we live in such a politically correct, Me Too, a lot of mumbo jumbo, whatever movements. We can't even just, we're losing our freedoms here in this country is what it's coming down to. We can't even speak our minds, and some of these people can't even do their jobs effectively. And even for, getting back to my example, as a police officer, if you're going after a criminal and you suspect that criminal has a weapon, as a police officer, you're thinking, is somebody filming me? If I pull out my weapon as a police officer and that police officer feels he has to take force in order to save his life or somebody else's life or his partner's life, is he going to think, oh well, am I going to end up going to prison because I'm doing my job? He can be jeopardizing his own life or his partner's life or who, whatever the situation may be. It's just such a chaotic, crazy times that we are living in. And so that was the article. I'm going to jump right here to the Bible. And this one here is from Psalm 39. This is 2 through 3. And it says, "But as I stood there in silence, not even speaking of good things, the turmoil within me grew worse. The more I thought about it, the hotter I got, igniting a fire of words." So, what can I gather from these two sources of information? We just need to be careful what we say, before speaking our minds. I think, like I said, this is overkill. What happened to Don having to leave the network and then coming back because he said of Nikki Haley that she's past her prime. I mean, it is true. I mean, she's not a spring chicken anymore. So we just have to be careful with our words. And just one last thing before I conclude this video. Like I said in my past video, I want to bring more of a comedic relief to this channel. And again, I'm going to be reading from this book, which was published back in 2006. And then I'm just going to, because we were on the subject of CNN, I'm going to be talking about here Larry King. This is a cartoon character of him. And his Latin name is Flatulus suspendurus. Not sure how to pronounce that. Anyways, the author summarizes this political animal as the three-toed hunchback, double-stripped sloth is an ancient nocturnal creature. Some biologists believe it dates to the Mosaic era that yammers incessantly with its loud, raspy voice during the early evening hours. Because this mammal is particularly unattractive and emits a sulfurous odor as a result of its propensity for garlic, the stinking rose, the hunchback sloth spends much of its days scoring for willing females with which to propagate. Unusual among sloths, this one will, quote, mate for life, end of quote, immemorable times during its seemingly immemorable lifespan. The hunchback sloth is known to get especially cozy with the great white Brando, but is friendly with the most left coast varieties of animals. So, again, Larry King just kind of poking fun of these celebrities, some of these political figures, and that was today's video. Again, in article and scripture. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.